Hello everyone, Mrs. Gigi here. It is Wednesday and I have all of these things kind of prepped. I have a little bit of a thing that I want to create, and yep, it is going to be, I don't know, maybe a spring inspired thing. But I also find that, yes, it definitely is something that I need to create. So, yes, you are very welcomed to each and every one of you that is watching. And let's see what we can do. I have all of these laying around, wanting to create some sort of spring inspired journal. So let's see if we can do that with a lot of colors, and I would say in this one not too much of any writing whatsoever, just creating. And I don't know, been having things laying around, these butterflies for instance. I don't know why I've saved them, but that's how it is. We are going to use up as many of things that I have laying here around me, and with that also counts in the paint that I have. So let's start and do this. I'm also like kind of thinking I want to have it in a way totally random, but not 100% sure. And hello Danny, welcome. I want to have it almost like, I don't know, a journal like this, but I'm not 100% yet. Let's think. This one will be, yeah, inside, I would say. Inside it all, like there maybe. And all of these pages and everything will be covered with paint. So I just want to have them as a base. Let's see. And with everything, beautiful stuff to work with. Yeah, hopefully there will be something in the end. You'll never know. It might also be a thing that I kind of tuck away, never to ever be discussed again. It could be one of those. Let's see, I want to have that one further down, that one up, or maybe even up like that. Because we need to kind of get a whole thing going like that, and it will be covered in the end, so I don't really bother too much about the papers, and like it is very much Christmas inspired. But let's see if I want to have this one a little bit further down. And a larger, some sort of larger thing sticking up here. You know, it is something that I definitely feel that we have to add in. So maybe this piece of paper could be a thing to add. Let's see what we can do with it. Yes, I will just cut it off approximately. That's my way to go with this. So like that. Do we like that? Do we like that? I don't know. And the other way around. I need it to be another size. So cutting it down, and hopefully I won't regret it. We will take another piece of paper if that's the case. want it to peek out there. And lifting all of these bits and pieces out. Oh, and this one further down. Oh, just like that. There. So it will be a little bit of, you know, a book kind of thing. Let's see. Making the holes and stitch it together is always something that you have to look into quite neatly. So I will just have to figure this one out. 3-hole pamphlet stitch it is. So let's see how to go about it though. The middle one is the easiest one to go. We will have, yep, just poke it totally in, yeah, kind of middle, because it is not for some of them. So we will go this one over here, and up here. Let's just hope that I've done it in a good way. We will figure it out if it's not. 3 holes, and now the part where it's meant to be sewn together. 1, 2, or kind of 3. Let's have our fingers crossed that it will work, and otherwise we'll figure out something else. So Wednesday, another Wednesday, I tend to say, like, yes, it is mid-May. And it amazes me because usually this time of year there is a lot of things happening. One of my kids has her birthday coming up, so of course with that there is always something. But also at work for me, especially with, yeah, there is a lot, just a lot. Let's see, we'll have to save up on the tail. Save it up. Let's see. No, we did miss you. We will have to put you somewhere else. We will figure that one out. Let's see, do I want to have it? We did miss the most important one, did we? No. We will have to figure that one out later on. We'll put it in some other way. No. Let's see. There. And like that. We'll do need to have the tail. It needs to be together here in the little knot. And the last bit there. So do I just want to have this one? Yeah, we will do that. We will do that. So put another hole approximately again, and it will be, no one will never ever know. We will go through there again on the back side, in there, in all of it. And try to tie this whole thing together is the tricky part. And in again. Let's have our fingers crossed. Yes. And then take that one, have it all the way through, and it will be kind of solved in a little bit. We will manage, isn't that what it is? Sometimes in life there are things happening that you did not really expect, but we will manage. So we will do the same thing here with, again, a little knot up there in the middle, and we are back to the end result thing though. It will be tied together so tight in the end, so it won't really matter. And hopefully covered with something else too. Let's see, putting it underneath there makes it a little bit easier. And one quite hard knot there too. And what do we want to do? Do we want to have some butterflies on the edge? I will leave them because you'll never know. So, like this, without even doing it the proper way, we managed to create a thing here, something for a base. And what are we going for? I'm thinking, in this case, a lot of white paint, and yes, we will just add in it, like, you know, it is what it is with the paint though. White paint. Let's cover it all, or part of it, just like this. I don't really mind because most of this thing will be covered in all different kinds of ways with both paper and other things, but we will just do a slightly little cover here and let it dry in between. Like that. And we will have our little handy dandy little piece of I don't really know, it is a protector for the glue actually, but I tend to use it with the paint too, you know. So this is covered, kind of. We will do the same thing with this. This is a really pretty card, but you know, I don't really want to have it like it is. So unfortunately, you could have saved it and did something else, but for this specific thing, no. I do not want anything Christmas or winter inspired, but I do want to use the papers. I will leave this one because that is not too much of anything, and this kind of hurts me a little bit, but yep. It is what it is. When you find a thing that you want to do, just try it out a little bit. And for this I'm only doing like cover. It won't be white in the end, so probably a lot of other things. And the others, let's just look on the back side. This is a no, that, you know, that this is so much into Christmas that needs to be covered. And yep, I know for sure that it will be with all different kinds. This is white backgrounds. That one is white. This one definitely needs to be covered. A little bit more than usual. So all these pages will be left to dry, and we will start with the fun part of it though, actually creating what's going in these pages, or at least start to create. We'll just wipe off the rest of the white here, and then I will just put this one to this side. So for any one of you following along like the years that I've been doing crafting, know that I had a flower game once. It was way back when I wanted to like create a whole flower wall. We are not going to use that flower game today, but I thought that we could doodle a little bit. And yes, I do feel like that. Let's see, is this one working? It is. So we are going to come up with all different kinds of flowers. Let's see, we'll actually do it with like a regular pencil first. And doodle flower game it was. The beauty of it though, that I don't know, like I made maybe like I would say 50 or 60 flowers, and there were only like 2 or 3 of them that came out with the same type of arrangement, but with other colors of course. So no, it were not exactly identical. Let's see, just having like this maybe, I don't know, and just trying it out a little bit. It will all be covered in all kinds of other things, so, and of course other colors. But I tend to go, like I have a go-to type creative thing with these flowers because I remember them clearly. And let's see, just going like this. And see what we think about it though, because you'll never know. You never know with the flowers. It's not meant to be symmetrical, it's just meant to be a fun thing. And with doodling flowers like this, anybody can try it out, just saying. And yes, this will be some sort of base. And to me, doing things like this with the doodly flower thing, it is really relaxing. And at the moment I feel like relaxing it is. You know, I need things that relaxes me. Is that what it is? And I would say yes, for like talking to myself is what I do when doing these type of things. So you will just have to just listen maybe. And that one, what would we do? What would we do? Are we going to like create a thing here? Or like have it maybe with some other type, like a leaf? Let's see. That might be it. And yes, it kind of became a little bit of a yet again Christmas inspired thing. Do we like that? I'm not sure though. Let's just not take the flower into red. That's what I'm kind of saying here, because yes, I feel it is definitely inspired by Christmas. So where are we going with these things? In one way, I think yeah, we are going to try it out with just proper like acrylic paint, but we might add in something else. Let's see. I would say black marker in the end, but just trying it out like this for now. And yet again, you can of course create these with like regular like markers, uh, but I need to use up the paint, so that's why I am using just acrylic. We are going with, are we going yellow? I think we are going yellow. I feel like we are going yellow, so let's try it out. I need to do a little bit of a thing here, lifting the paint off. And yes, you can do that. Let's just try a tiny bit. And I do have a little tiny bit of orange left there from yesterday actually. Yesterday when I created together the Create with Becca over at her channel. We are doing colors. Color fun is the way to go with that. We were about to say color theory, but it is really not. It's just a way of creating with color in a palette and a prompt. So we have that every Tuesday, or at least, you know, if we are not really doing like a family thing or whatever. So I would say every Tuesday, or at least we are trying. It is 12:30 Central Time. With making these flowers like this, of course it needs drying time, so that is a thing with making it with the acrylic paint. But I also think that making it like this kind of brings it all into life in another way than making it with a regular marker. So we are going all the way around and trying, at least trying, to combine several of the flowers that we are going to create. Just need a tiny bit more yellow. And with having paint like this, you tend to think that you need more paint than you use. And I would say, yep, that is definitely a thing for, like, at least me, when the blob of paint is like overwhelming almost. I wouldn't say that, but you know, like, it is just the biggest blob. Realizing in the end, like, it could have been a little thing like this and it would have lasted seriously, like, for several pages sometimes, depending on, of course, what color you're using. We're going in with a little tiny bit of orange. I do not want to say create depth, but it definitely creates something extra. I'm not really aiming to do anything specific with this, other than just having fun. So that's a yellow flower. What are we going to do with that other one? We are going with, are we going blue? I think we are going blue. And this one, turquoisey blue. That's a nice one. Let's try it out. And yes, I have started to use these type colors instead. I don't know if it's a good thing though, because I do tend to have a lot of colors opened, and most of the time I would say that that's not a good thing. So we're going blue here. And yes, we are covering most of it up, but I will go in with the marker afterwards. So we'll kind of see anyways, like, how the end result will be. And like I've told you, this little blob, it's tiny, but it lasts quite nice all the way around this flower, I would say. It might also be, now when thinking about it, should we add a little bit of marker in terms of just emphasizing the colors a tiny bit? Hello, Jeff. Welcome. We will see if we manage to do a couple of these and figure out the next part, which will be the most fun of them all though, to actually put them together. Because of me making the spring inspired thing that I am, it also feels like it needs a lot of color and a lot of different kinds of flowers. So the last petal here for the flower, and are we, it does not really last too much. We will just take a little tiny bit more. And of course, while I say that, I do see that it was too much. we will make it do. We need the turquoisey blue for something else apparently. We need green. That is a definite. We will take this green and a lighter one. Yes, again, this tiny bit of green, which would probably be too much, but so let's see what we do. And green a tiny bit. I don't know if I will actually add in another green, even lighter green, which is really light, or it's more like pastel-y green. Adding it in. So we will see how this will work. And then some sort of show in the end, which will kind of give you an idea how this whole thing will be. A little bit more. It's better for, you know, like as far as I can see it, like add in less paint and then add, then just go full on with these kinds of things that I'm doing now. Do feel a little tiny bit more of the darker green though. And then we will figure out the next, what are we going for? Are we going for a pink flower maybe? Could be quite nice to have a pink flower in there. So, going for a holiday. Yes, I've been to for holiday. Been visiting my daughter. You know, most of you know that she is in the Netherlands. Been there, and now I'm back home. Any fishing? Any fishing, Danny? I don't know. Have you done any fishing? That is definitely something that I'm looking forward to though. So, middle part, should we go, I was about to say a little light beige brown, maybe. Let's see. Let's see what we can do. A tiny bit. And I'm also going for that with the other flower. And yes, I can just feel it. This will be, oh, look at it. It was sweet. Not yet. Not yet. We'll add this too. Just adding it. This will be a whole mishmash of colors, but that is also what I like in a way. In a way, I say, because yeah, you'll never know. It is a mishmash of everything, especially in my mind at the moment though. So a little tiny bit of brownish like that. And here too, of course. And now the pink flower. Where are we going with you? What are we thinking about? Big petals or not? Or let's see, let's go with just this tiny bit of a circle. I would say 3 of them. I don't know why, but I also feel that that was very important somehow. And for those of you interested in how my flower game, I actually had this flower game that I talked about in the beginning, where it is one of those traditional roll a game, like, I don't even know, like boards or whatever. And in this case it was all different kinds of flowers. So with them, like, I would say a whole bunch of really fun flowers came to life with that. And we're going with smaller petals in between. I don't know, let's see, maybe purple will be added in. Could be a thing. We will add just a tiny bit of purple to the palette here and see if that is something that we feel is a nice thing. Let's figure this one out. Take care, Jack, and thank you so much for being here. There. And yes, this I feel is way too dark, so I'm going to add in white. It needs to be a lighter purple. Maybe that's good enough. And yes, there are like that. And let's go into this reddish pink again and see what we can do with it. The beauty with doing it like this is knowing that the end result will be something in between what you see and something totally different, which is what I'm kind of aiming for. Hello, Time Lord, nice to see you. So I'm going to create these 3 and of course many more, but for this I will just show it a little bit, and then we are going on with other flowers. With the flowers that I created before, there were also like a specific word. I'm not going like that for this one, but that could actually be a thing. If you want to create like with a quote or anything, I tend to love quotes, but for this specific thing, no, I do not want to have it. So yes, there are something going on there, and let's see, adding in purple. Could of course create other like the same flowers but with other colors, and it might be in the end that I do. So we will have to look into that, and that will be a process. But spring inspired it definitely is. I also feel like it needs to be spring inspired in a way. And yes, I know that some of you crafters out there are actually thinking about all the Christmas journals coming up. And no, I am not there at the moment. Definitely not. Even though it might be a thing that I sometimes like. Yeah, Christmas in July is apparently a thing in some parts of the world, not where I am. But I know for sure that it is. In the US, for instance, Christmas in July. So, let's see, I also see that I actually missed. Is that a thing? Still watching the Danish ASMR? Oh, how do you find it? Like, is it a thing? I don't know what to say about the ASMR thing. Sometimes I like it, but sometimes I do feel that it's very annoying. Um, might depend on my mood though. Sounds terrible. Hello, Barry. Welcome, welcome. Sounds terrible. I don't know if if I want to say it sounds terrible, but it is definitely special. That is for sure. So, with this, let's see. We are going. Do we have the black pen? Or maybe this time around we will go gray. Could that be a thing? I do have the black pen here though. Let's try it out. Let's see if it works. And it does. It's supposed to work each and every time, but you never know. You'll never know. Going around like this, yes, it creates another type of creation. Some I like and some I do not, but in this case it is quite nice. It also brings a little bit extra when it comes into the doodling part of it. It's supposed to be a little bit whimsical in a way. And it tends to be that if you add in something like this. Going kind of around everything. And I don't really mind it being like random. You listen to ASMR things before you go to bed. I don't know what to say. yeah, that might be a thing for some. See, doing it like this. Could go with a thinner nib, of course, if I did think it through. I did not for this one. And we will go with this. It will be kind of covered in a way that I will show you, so don't be too sure about the end result yet. The beauty of having layers like this with the flowers is also a thing. And no, it's not meant to be anything beautiful. It's just meant to be able to have something that is fun to create. You'll never know. Let's see, are we actually going with this? Could be a thing. It doesn't really exist on a real flower, but yeah. Are we going all the way around? What do you think? No. I feel like we will leave it like that for now. We would go with just a little tiny bit of a thing on these ones too. And with these, the purple petals will definitely have something extra. Yeah, I think small little dots. So this could be an ongoing thing. Imagine creating whatever flowers, and I would say do not be afraid of trying. It's not meant to be a masterpiece. The May Day celebrations. The May Day celebrations here, we have it. It is actually, yeah, May 1st. And we have, I would say it's not really dying out. It is bigger in smaller villages where I am, for instance, but yes, in the larger cities there is hardly anything. The thing that we tend to celebrate quite a lot is in June. It's midsummer. The May bank holiday. Yep, yes, we have had that. We had that actually recently, as you know. So let's see. We have 3 flowers. What are we going for? Are we going for I don't know with this one. And we will have maybe something like this. And I would say just the tiniest like this. And what colors? What colors? Are we going blue with this one maybe? Blue and dots? Do we feel like that? Or we will have to figure out the middle part though. A little bit more like star shaped. For this one, it might actually be nice with a lighter green. Let's add in a little bit of lighter green. Let's see, what are you thinking of? Some country villages in the UK where we have a maypole for people to dance around are... Oh, do they still have that in the UK? That is quite interesting, because for me in seeing, you know, what I have around here, I would have said that it wasn't a thing anymore in the UK. But that it is kind of nice to hear that it still is, because it is a thing. Few Morrismen. Yeah, there. I don't know. Maybe in a couple of years there won't be such a thing as the May celebrations. You'll never know. It is in a way a sad thing that things like that disappears, as with the, you know, everything, like for, you know, like people dancing, even like there's nothing like it. And with that, yes, I do feel old, even though I do not like to talk about age, but in that sense, yes. It is not really too fun when thinking about it. So let's see what we can do with creating. This is almost a St. Patrick type flower, I feel. But we will add in the black, so we will see the end result very soon. So what I'm aiming for with this is to cut all of these out, and of course make several more, but we will try to cut it out and create some sort of something, even though the pages are not even close to finished in the journal that we have started. But I really felt it needed spring. It needed some sort of something. And yes, of course, everybody can see that it needs yellow, so we need to add yellow. Quite like let's see, what are you writing? I quite like old music. I like everything though with music, so let's see. Of course I took too much yellow, but we will manage it anyway. Like that. And it needs to dry, so we will let it dry a little bit and then cut these other ones out first. So we'll just do it like this and leave that other flower to dry. And that could have been a disaster, people, but it was not. So what I tend to do with things like this, yes, a little white border around because it is in a way nice. And I am not doing anything other than twisting around the actual paper with cutting, which makes it a little bit better, easier, not better, maybe better, but easier when cutting. And this tends to be easier on the hand. So let's see. That's all the way around, almost anyways. The first one. No clubbing music, you say? I am all for that. And other music too, but let's see. This one, I feel like I need to go in between a little bit more than just to have it a little bit nicer. Kind of creates a little bit more of a fun way of looking at the flower. Let's see, just cutting out a little bit more of the white too. And all the way around. The easy parts of the cutting first. Yes, again, here we have more white that needs to be cut off. Here, there, and everywhere. Is that what you tend to say, is it? And a little bit there. So this one, and then we will go on with this. And yes, I will leave this a little bit more like that, I would say. Let's see. This looks very much like a Christmas flower, so yeah. I don't know. Was it that I was inspired by the actual pages in here? I have no clue. It might have been though. It's not that I don't like Christmas, it's just that it is supposed to be springtime. It is supposed to be spring in the air. And it is, in a way. So I hope that you have a lovely day so far. And yes, I've had quite a day. It was really nice. Look into just adding these. A little bit of the white needs to be cut off there. Nice to know that you're doing good, Danny. And see the rest of these. And there we have 3 of the flower thingies. Let's see if the other one has dried enough to be able to be used, and I would say yes. So we'll just go with it like this. Just the tiniest bit. Yet again, just doodling around. In a way, just leaving something all the way around, like that. And do we feel like long? Yeah, it could go like even like this. You never know with flowers how they look. So this is apparently one special flower. So we will cut this one out, and yes, we are going to use it too. Looking into the little journal that we have created, and I am going to kind of show you anyway my thought process in making these flowers and the journal, and then it will be an ongoing thing. So we have the flowers. Let's look into the journal. Are we going to put a flower just like that just because we can? I think we are. The Eurovision? Yes, of course. The Eurovision is a thing. The Eurovision is definitely a thing, Time Lord. I would not say, like, you know, it is an ongoing thing for most of the, I would say, even winter, springtime here. I don't know how it works in the UK, but here it is like several kinds of competitions throughout like March, April, and then of course prepping into May. So yes, I haven't really seen too much of anything yet though. I don't know if that is a good or a bad thing. I realized that apparently Sweden isn't really doing too well this year. Like it is supposed to, but usually, but yeah, I don't know. We will just add in this, and yeah, but I will definitely follow. I will, the Eurovision will definitely be a thing. It definitely did. Yeah, ABBA really got it. Their breakthrough. They really got the breakthrough. I am going to use this wider brush, and yes, I'm going to wet it down. Don't you worry. The thing now, this is a very thin paper. Did I say that I do not mind? You know, it is not that I want the journal to be like a whole mishmash of whatever, but you know, it is what it is. I do use what I have, and that's I'm trying to continue doing that. So we will have one there. We will be adding in, let's see, I feel like I need to have one there. So we'll place the glue on this page. And yes, there will probably some sort of something trying to stiffen this up a little bit later on, but I will, you know, just leave it like this to show you a little bit. So this is where I'm going with it, really. Could be that I'm putting one there eventually, but you'll never know. There. adding it again. So the thing with these are that it will be covered in flowers and in creative thing, whatever, you know, it is what it is. It could be added like that just to like have 3 of them at the same time. That could be pretty nice. So this is what I'm going with. So just showing you a tiny bit. Let's see. On this one we'll actually add it on the back. And we will go there, so almost creating some sort of tab. And of course, yes, there will be other things. So here it is. It could be totally covered in flowers, I don't know, but it will definitely be some sort of something going on throughout this. And yes, it is of course not dried yet, and I do not mind, but I like that it is like so totally random, not symmetrical whatsoever. They are always moaning about, oh yes, but you know, them winning, that hasn't really happened in quite some time. Yes, there is always people complaining, definitely. So, yep, this one will be a special thing to create. Definitely special. But there you have a couple of them, and I am not saying that I am, but it could be that I bring out the flower roller game again for anyone that might need to or want to try it out, because it is really fun. So 4 flowers and something that will eventually be quite a nice book to look through. That is what we have tried to create today. For now, it is late for me, and yes, I have things to do, and it's always no, it is really fun to be able to have these types of small little crafting sessions together with all of you in chat. And yeah, I will be back, be sure of that. And what does you like, Danny, the Netherlands, send the most bad, but oh, I don't know, I do not remember what it was. I do not. I tend to kind of remember the main countries or the bigger countries, but this year, no, I do not have a clue. So I know that it is coming up, the Eurovision, and yes, I will be watching, because that is, I don't know, a tradition, is it? I don't, but it is just a thing. I love music, so it is fun to watch. Thank you all so much for being here, and thank you to all the replayers watching. And I will be back again next week as usual, 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. One thing though, sometimes I would say the recent couple of years I have been changing the schedule for streaming during summertime, and for me, June, like yes, it is a month away, but it is going to be quick. So yes, I know there will be a little bit of change with this schedule. One thing though, Create with Becca and me, we are going live Tuesdays over at her channel, and it is 12:30 Central Standard Time every week. So that is something that I will look forward to. Other than that, yes, there might be a short, there might be a video, there might be some sort of other live. I have no clue. It depends. It depends on the mood, I would say, in a way. It is always fun to create something like this. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone, and thank you so much for being here. Bye.